Yo, 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 what's good? Another week, movie talk, feature presentation. What's happening, y'all? Quasi in the house, my man Finale, my man Joey Franchise. What's good, guys?
Get
It's
over
good.
here.
Our guys Tess isn't here, but we're definitely gonna take over for a little bit of movie talk. A couple things happening this week. As you can tell, my man Finale is all outfitted out.
Ready.
Must be some kind of movie drop, right? I'm thinking maybe some martial arts arcade kind of movie that dropped. What's good, Finale? What's up? I'm
Hey,
guessing you
hey,
saw
hey,
Mortal
man.
Kombat, the new one.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? It's funny because I was always a Mortal Kombat guy than a Street Fighter guy.
Same.
Yo, same. Although I'm a Street Fighter head like that too, but let me tell you, Mortal Kombat is near and dear to my heart. I played it as a kid, loved that game. That was the game I really tried to like be really good at. And even in the old school arcade games, I was fly with it. I even like the first movie. I think that still holds up a little bit. It's more nostalgia, but this new one came out, so we can get everyone's thoughts on it. Personally, for me, I'll start it off real quick. I'm gonna just say up front, it's not a great movie. Don't go in expecting no Oscar winning shit
Damn.
by any means, but I
It's
will
Mortal
say the
Kombat. Yo.
fights
Like,
are
come
dope.
on. Yeah,
And what you
yeah.
really come there for is, and Finale can tell me if I'm wrong, is the finale fight with Sub-Zero and Scorpion, because that's what it's all about. Because those are
And the
the two baddest characters
fatalities.
in the
And the
movie.
fatalities.
Yeah. And the
And
fatalities,
the
yes. This one we
fatalities.
gotta say yes. I'm glad you
Are
said that.
we? Are we? Wait. We is it spoiler free?
Yeah, no, we're talking spoilers. We're talking everything because
Okay.
us
All right.
always
Cause
like to.
I haven't seen it, but whatever. I'm a
Yeah, but Joey, you don't care. Like we know you like the slow motion and the singing and the, you know,
Yeah, that's right.
you
That's
want the
right.
Oscar. Like this is a video game. It's never gonna be an Oscar movie. It's a video game.
It's not
yeah.
Oscar. It's as
I
much like we said with Kong versus Godzilla or
Yeah,
Godzilla
no,
versus Kong.
you're
It's
just
like
there
you're
for the
not going
fights.
there for the
Yeah,
acting or none
yeah,
of that. You're
no,
going there to
no.
see the monsters fight. For this
But
one, same thing. You're going to see the characters
yeah,
fight,
but
and you
Quasi, did you see as you said, I do agree. It's not a. I think it's a bad good movie.
yeah,
It's a
it's
bad
so
good
bad it's
movie.
good kind of
Wow.
thing,
Yeah, no,
right?
no. I'm not gonna say it's not a bad movie, but as a Mortal Kombat fan, I'm not a hardcore fan like those. Like I'm a hardcore Godzilla fan,
Yeah.
hardcore Predator fan. I appreciate Mortal Kombat. The hardcore fans are probably going to be mad, um, because they nitpick at everything. They think they could transition the video game to a movie. You can't.
I
All
don't
right.
think they're gonna be mad though, because there's a lot of cool fan service on this. This one, I will say, like you said, has the fatalities. The original ones didn't because they watered it down. And that first one, like if you remember from 1995, that first one, go back, there's no fatalities because they had to make it PG-13. This is definitely not
Yeah, but
that.
you
This
want to
is
know why they're
more.
going to be mad?
Say it again.
You want to know why they're going to be mad?
Why?
Because a lot of the key players aren't in it. Because this is a
But it's a
prequel
setup.
movie.
It's a
That's it. It's
setup
a
movie.
setup. So
It's a setup
hopefully they
movie.
can get another one. If it
Right.
stops here, then it's bad.
I think
That's
they're
bad.
gonna they're
That's
setting it
bad.
up so that
They
you
have to
actually
set
go
it
to
Yeah.
the
up.
tournament.
I heard the tournament's not even involved in
The
this movie.
tournament's not, but it's a setup for
No,
it. It's a
it's the
setup for
setup
it.
for it. It's the pre because Katana's not even in it. You just see her blade,
Yeah.
and it's not Liu Kang's story. It's as if he was already doing this,
Yep.
so they can go into a prequel with Liu Kang and Katana and all that leading up to that. But it's not. It's they took a different route, and I get it. I appreciate it. They for people that didn't know Mortal Kombat, that's why they had that Cole character.
Yep.
You had to follow
His
him by
journey.
him learning what it's about. You're learning what it's about. But I do feel like they rushed it when Sonya was explaining to him. They dropped the bomb. It was rushed. It was just like, wow, this is it. I've been studying this, and boom. I
Yeah, I
think
agree.
for me, I think there should have been more of a build up for that.
The Cole character, but you also get the background with Sub-Zero and Scorpion. They set the tone right
That
away.
was the best. That
You
was the
know, yeah, and
best.
you know you're
That
not
was
gonna
the
see
best.
bullshit as far as the action goes. All the
Scorpio
brutality,
Scorpio
fatality.
stole the show.
Yeah,
Scorpio
dude.
stole the show. He made it.
Scor-
I heard it was based the movie was mostly focused on the rivalry between Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
there's a lot of that because there's a
Yeah.
beginning and an end. I should say it
Yeah.
like
I've seen
that.
the
But
opening scene. Like when the opening scene
yeah.
dropped earlier this week, I peeped that.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this since Joey brought it up, there is a pacing issue because you want to see the end of that, you want to see the finale, but you don't get to that till pretty much the end of the movie. And in the meantime, a lot of what finale is saying is you have these characters that some people care about, some people don't. You got the new Cole character who's this MMA fighter. He's cool, and it lets you see things through like kind of human eyes because Johnny Cage is not in this. You got Sonya, you got Jax. You got Raiden,
Kano.
like you're saying, Liu Kang, Kano. But by the way, thank God for Kano because he's
Kano,
entertaining as fuck.
Yo, remember what he said? He said you cave hippies with your anal beads. Yo, Kano was put him on Comedy Central's a roast.
You were gonna love, if nothing else, you were gonna have a good time just watching the Kano character just talk shit and just get that. He is the funniest motherfucker in this movie.
I love Cabal. I just don't like how he looked like one of my prior costumes, and he looked like a sub.
Yeah, yo, it kind of
looked too much like a predator.
Dude, so after all these years, they didn't still get some of these costume fittings
bring my helmet?
Cabal looked like shit.
I'm gonna show you the helmet. I was so mad. I'm like, yo, come on, man. I did this 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
They stole my idea with the mask and the gas tanks on the side.
Yeah.
Man, listen,
some of the costume shit was very questionable. Like, you know, there's some stuff where
were they taking the Cabal like look from the MK 11 video game? Because it kind of was reminiscent of that.
Yeah, I think they took direct, like they took the skins from the video games. You can tell, and a lot of the fatalities are definitely fan service for the direct fatalities.
Oh, the Kung Lao was my joint. That was my joint.
Yeah,
that's.
Oh yeah, there's a Kung Lao fatality that's just like the video game. I mean, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them in there. They play a lot of fan service. If you were a Mortal Kombat fan, I don't think you're gonna be mad. I think you might be mad because, like Finale saying, not all the characters are in it. But at the end of the day, it's only like an hour, 40 minutes. So they can only put so much in a movie, and it's a build-up. They're definitely going to have another one if this does well. And they built it up. So the next one is the actual tournament movie. But I thought they did a good job. And to Finale's point, they had to kind of do it a different way, come a different route. The fights, though, to me, the choreography was dope.
I loved it. That was key.
I don't think anyone's gonna be mad at the fight court. And there's a lot of fights. It's not like there's a lot of dull moments. There's a few times where like the pacing's a little off, but for the most part, they're fighting like every damn near two minutes, and there's a reason to fight somebody else or somebody's pissed at somebody. And when they get down, they get down. And that finale fight with Sub-Zero and Scorpion, I'm not gonna spoil that part for Joey because there's a little twist to that, but that shit is dope. And Sub-Zero, by the way, is a bad motherfucker. The whole fucking movie. I enjoyed him.
Bihan. And you see how he's going to turn Bihan, right? You see,
and he's a man of little words.
Yo, wait, did you hear when Jax went to go find Cole, how he dropped the MK creators' names? He was like, since you took the belt from
Boone and
what did he say? He from Eric. Wait, what's his first name?
It's Tobias and Boone.
Ed, because it's Ed Boone. He said Ed Tabius. They combined their names.
Tobias,
I see you. They did a lot. They had Night Wolf picture, like
a lot of little Easter eggs. And there's a lot of cool stuff that I think fans will enjoy. So
I thought it was cool that they took the original song and kind of remixed it a little bit.
Yeah, they did.
They got the theme song popping. You'll see that, especially towards the end. They pay a lot of homage. It's really cool stuff in there. Like you said, don't go in thinking it's going to be some amazing movie as far as the acting goes. But I'll tell you this, anything's better than Annihilation, which is the second movie, which was complete trash. So
now see, Quasi.
That's an endurance test for real Mortal Kombat fans.
Yeah. Now, you know what they, like, honestly, what they could have did with the Cole character is they could have used Takahashi Takeda, because he's an MKX and he's a descendant of Scorpion. He's a descendant of Scorpion. And this guy was. So they could have used him. He's not a famous character. I think the first time he showed up was in MKX.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to go that route. They might. I think they're going to do a prequel, man.
I don't think so. Honestly,
you don't think they're going to go prequel with it?
I don't think so. I think they're going to go direct to the tournament, especially if this does well.
They have to.
Want to see more of the characters we didn't see. Like you're saying, we didn't see Katana in this one. We didn't see.
They showed her blade. That's it.
Yeah,
all we saw was her.
We saw Melina, who we didn't, know Jade. No, like a lot of characters you wanted to see.
Her Melina was very expendable in the movie.
She was and that's another thing, like costume choice, and some of the CG is cool and some of it's just like wow. So her CG to me was I don't want to say it was trash, but it was questionable. So whatever, you kind of get what you pay for. I thought it's entertaining. I'm gonna watch it again for the fights alone. I'm gonna watch it again. And Sub-Zero is a shit. Scorpion's a shit. There's a lot of there's more pluses and minuses. I'll end it.
Was there a post-credit scene?
You know what? I didn't stick around long enough to watch. There might be.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't.
Okay.
On the end.
All right. I'm gonna say I'm guilty as charged.
I fast forwarded the credits to see if there was, because I figured, maybe he'll pull up on Cage, or you'll see Bihan.
Yeah.
getting
Well,
his
there's
from
a
Quan Chi turning into Sub-Zero. Look,
yeah.
look at it. Look at the gas tank.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did that. You
It's
did
very
that.
reminiscent of that when you see the
Yo,
cabal.
I was like, yo, he looks
yeah.
like me in my whole fit. Like when I put the whole fit on.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah, we got the new Cybot hint.
Word.
Yep, and you get the Johnny Cage hit towards the end
Yep.
of the movie, so people are like, where's Johnny Cage? You'll watch the movie. They
I
get
do think that when Sonya Blade had the pictures on the wall and you saw Nightwolf, was he dead? Because she kept saying that the chosen ones were getting clipped.
right.
So do you think he's dead?
Uh, I would hope not. I don't know. That's a good question. I would hope not because you've got so much to build on in the new movie. Like I'm saying, they're gonna want to have more characters, not less.
They're
So
gonna have to do a prequel, man. So maybe
I
a
don't think
straight
they gotta go the
sequel, then a
prequel
prequel.
route. I think they
They
really
got
set it up
to,
nice so they
because
can
Liu
do,
Kang is there
bring-
already.
well, you can springboard now to the tournament because everyone wants to see the tournament. If they do a prequel with no turn, because then that would mean there's no tournament, and unless you go prequel like back with the first tournaments, I mean they could do that, but then
There
some
were
of these
9.
yeah. I personally don't think they're gonna go that way. I think they're gonna move forward, not
So they
not
just
back.
skipped to go right to MKX.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
They'll
either
break
way,
out all
though,
the
I
big
think
guns.
enough fans.
How'd you feel about Raiden?
He was underused. It was just like he's there and he does a couple little godlike things and kind of intervenes, but he never fights. And it's just like, and I get why he gives this crap explanation. He's not supposed to interfere. Him
Always
and
his
Shang Tsung are
explanation.
underused. It's like
Yeah.
they're just there
Yeah.
to narrate, to give
My
exposition.
man is Kung Lao. I got a soft spot for him.
Kung Lao was dope. Kung Lao
That
was
was my
dope.
dude.
I
I think
Kung Lao a
Kano
lot.
was the movie. I think they really focused
Really?
on Kano for some reason.
Kano was dope. You're gonna like
he
the
was-
Kano character, man.
He was a focus.
Kano's the dude you're gonna love to hate in
But
this movie.
yeah, my main issue with it, as fun as it was, it's just the pacing. Yeah, like
Yeah,
the explanation. It's like they really wanted to rush. Then you should have just had fights. Then like
there's a
forget
ton
the
of
story
exposition.
and just fight. Like
you-
don't do both and scrub on one.
Try to make a real life video game.
There's a ton of
Yeah,
exposition that you don't need.
it was just too fast. It was way rushed. Kano, first off, in the commercial, Kung Lao's entrance when he said Kung Lao, that was so dope. But in a movie, I'm like, that's when he said it. It was
Yeah.
terrible when he presented himself.
Well, let's be real clear. When they make movie trailers versus what you see, there's always the trailer houses always take these pieces and they make basically lemons out of lemonade and shit. So that's what
They
they're
could
supposed to
have
do.
did much better on that intro.
Absolutely.
That was not the way. That was not the way.
Absolutely.
But I do like how they explain how they get powers. Because
Yeah,
that's
I like
always
that.
going to be
Word.
somebody's
I
questions.
like that.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I was
curious
like,
about.
they need to do that. They have to.
So yeah, so really quick, we'll break it down. In the movie, they call it the Arcana Powers. When you tap into your inner self to find. If you're marked, if you have this mark, then you know that you have this Arcana power, this inner power, and that's basically explaining all of the characters in Mortal Kombat where their powers come from. But you have to tap in. So the character Cole finally taps into his, but it takes him a while. So at first they think he's just garbage. They got to kick him back, but he finally taps into his, and everybody kind of gets theirs. And when you see it on screen, some of them are real gratifying, like, oh, that's dope, So I wasn't feeling Cole as much like you're saying. I think he could have been a different character. They could have done us a little bit better. But I
They
get it.
coulda
It's the
did
human
Takeda.
side.
They
He's got
have
the
a character
family.
already that's a descendant. Like they should have just went that route.
Yeah,
Like they should have went. His suit kind of is reminiscent with the powering up and
yeah. The suit was a little cheap. There's a lot of stuff. I don't want
do
to
you
take too
see
long
what
to
his suit was
explain.
made out of?
Yeah, what was it made out of? What was the shit made out of?
It was made out of his wrist wraps.
Okay, because it started with that.
Because the MMA.
Is this Cole? Oh yeah, it's Cole.
Cole's
yeah, this
the
is J.
MMA
Cole.
guy.
Yeah, J. Cole.
I thought Cole was actually gonna be like transformed into like Baraka for some reason because that's what he looked like. He had the Yamins coming out his
No, that's part of his Arcana power.
Yeah, that's his Arcana power.
Yeah.
Real quick, we'll wrap this up because we don't want to make it a full review. Joey obviously hasn't seen it. Really quick, from like a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it, finale?
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay, that's fair.
Not because it's entertaining.
Yeah,
I
it's
could
hella
watch it. If
Dude,
I
watch
could
it
watch
for
a movie multiple times,
Yep.
especially front to back, just because of that, it's pure entertaining. It's fun.
is.
It's popcorn movie.
And if
It's
nothing else,
popcorn movie.
watch for the fights. Skip the shit you don't like and go to the fights. You're gonna
Which
love
there's not that much. There's not
fights,
much
yeah.
story. Like it's
Yeah.
so much going on so quick. Like the story is quick and then fist to the face. Story quick, foot to the neck. Story quick, like it's just
so it's a story quick or disembowelment.
So it's basically the story mode in the the recent Mortal Kombat.
exactly. They took the story walkthrough. It's a walkthrough YouTube tutorial. Yeah,
That's exactly right.
but I'm gonna give it a solid 7, and I'll
Alright,
see if my thing
cool.
changes after the next 2-3 times because then I gotta digest it. I watched it as a viewer, then I'll watch it as a fan, then I'll watch it as a critic.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna give it like a 6.5. I think it's about there. I was going for like a 5 or 6 in my mind because I'm like it's above average, but it's definitely not great. But the fights are dope as hell. I would.
Yeah,
watch
that's what saves it for me because I'm a I choreograph fights and I train, I instruct people, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, it's not that it's realistic fights; it's good Mortal Kombat fights. They are fighting like they do in the game.
And I had a feeling, like I told you guys before a few episodes back when we did them, Joe Taslim is the guy that plays Sub-Zero, and he was on an interview talking about how good the fights were. And I know that's he's from the Raid. He did the original Raid, so I know he's used to that kind of style. So I had a feeling the fights were going to be dope, and they turned out he turned out right. He wasn't lying, so the shits were dope.
Who had the best fatality?
Say again.
Who had the best fatality?
Kung Lao.
Yeah, I think Kung Lao
Kung
did.
Lao.
He has one straight from the game, bro. You're gonna
right from MKX. That's my favorite fatality too.
But I will say Sub-Zero has some amazing moments in this movie, man, where I'm just like, damn, this dude is badass. He's just like, he truly is the force to be reckoned with. So much so it's like Shang Tsung is there, but you're not really
the real villain.
He's just there.
Yeah, he's I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Yeah, he's fucking Oz, man. It's like, why the fuck did they didn't even need a Shang Tsung, to be honest, in this one. It could have just been everything ends up with the subs, because that's what you, like I said, you want to see that Scorpion Sub-Zero fight.
It's gonna do good, and it's gonna have another one. They gotta do it. They should start making it now. Now it's gonna be a thing. It's crazy because
I'm sure they will, depending on the numbers.
I mean, shit, jumping on the bandwagon is wild.
Yeah, of course.
Like Facebook and Instagram, females that know nothing about Mortal Kombat are just like, oh my god, that's my boo.
Like I said,
that's my boo. That's my bae. Like,
I'm an old school Mortal Kombat fan, so people can't tell me nothing.
Who's your favorite villain character?
My favorite Scorpion. I mean, technically, he's
not really a villain.
Like an anti-hero.
He's like an anti-hero.
He's like Deadpool, Deathstroke, so he don't count. Baraka, that's my dude.
That's your dude.
I like Baraka.
Yo, you know what?
Baraka's dirty, bro.
Yeah,
Baraka's dope, but I've always had
he gets punked, but I like it.
Like a hate-love thing with fucking Reptile, because
same. I'm right there.
Oh, he's one of my favorites. He's a reptilian.
Reptile's dope. You know? And then back in the day, people really remember old school, the first Mortal Kombat, how difficult it was to fight Reptile from that first fucking game. You had to get like the fucking 2 flawlesses and then punch the motherfucker off the original freaking tower and make the guy go down into the pit. And then you got to fight Reptile. And then you got your ass kicked because he was so fast.
Well, see, we're gonna go into there now. You got to go into Ermac.
Yeah,
Ermac's dirty.
I mean, I don't want to get too deep in the weeds, but I'm just saying that's why Reptile was always like that. That dude is sick. I love Reptile. And there's Reptile
super nice, making the orb. Doing the spitting the venom out.
Yeah.
See, but that's what I'm saying before, because it has to do with the movie, Quasi. This is so far in the future. When I say future, not to our time frame, but in the game sense.
Right.
That Reptile version, that's what Reptile turns into.
Yep.
When he loses his sanity. Because the reptilian race, I forgot what they're called. They're not really bad, but he's so out for saving his kind. That's why he gets jerked by Shao Kahn and
he gets used.
Jerked by Shang Tsung, by Quan Chi. They jerk him around because they keep selling him false hope. Like, all right, we're gonna make sure your kind is good. But if he doesn't stay in tune with that, he reverts from like looking like a human to a straight lizard.
Right.
So this was straight lizard. That means.
Just to get Joey up to speed, you're gonna see it anyway, Joey. But when you see Reptile, he's never in human form. To Finale's point, he's just this reptile. You'll see it. It's like
as a fan and fan service, it's far in the future. And he had already lost his mind and went berserk.
It's all CG. But like I said, I think most people are gonna like it for the most part. If you're a hardcore Mortal Kombat fan, you can nitpick anything. It's just like when we were talking about Godzilla Kong. There's a lot of shit we can rip up, but for the most part, hands down, it was entertaining. I'm gonna watch it a couple times again. The fights are bomb. I'm gonna give
Yeah,
it a
the fights are
solid
magnificent.
6.5. Finale gives it a 7.
Give it a
Joey's got to
7.
watch it.
Because I got to
Oh.
see, I watched a video game in real life.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it is. It redeems at least the franchise, man. At
It
least
redeems those last 2 movies out.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. So that goes without saying. But let's move on. We got a couple other topics. Let's talk Winter Soldier. Falcon Winter Soldier. The last episode was last night. The finale. All 6 are in the can. If you haven't seen them, you should see them. I thought they were dope. I'm gonna let Joey kick it off because I know he's a hardcore fan, and the two of us will chime in after. So, what were your thoughts, Joey?
I thought it was pretty mid, to be honest with you. It was a pretty mid finale. I think it started off really well. I thought it was really cool to see, Sam dressed up as the Captain America Falcon that we've seen in the comics. With that whole with the Wakandans making his suit. The suit was tough. Fight scenes were good, were solid, and I thought the message was really cool when towards the end when he's just kind of talking to the GRS about just and it kind of ties into like real life. He crushed that. Like that scene was probably the most powerful scene in the entire season, next to the when him and Isaiah Bradley had the one-on-one the previous
I was gonna
episode.
say once him and Isaiah Bradley, he got his his statue put into the museum. That was dope, in the Captain America Museum. That was dope. That was really cool. To your point, I loved I loved how it started. I thought the John Walker thing, they kind of fumbled the ball on that.
I feel like they forced that. They were forcing that. Like
it was literally like All's Forgiven. This dude was supposed to be just truly psychotic, and I wanted to see him go more psycho. And then
he's not. You think he's forgiven? No, he got a power source behind it.
I know.
I forgot that chick's name, but she was
the Val chick.
She's Madam Hydra. Madam Hydra in the comics. She's not acknowledged that in the show, but that's who she is in the comics.
Yeah, but it's kind of like they made him a sort of good guy, even after he was straight psycho in the last 2 episodes. He was off the chain. He shouldn't. It was just he
rage killed one of the Flag Smashers,
dude. In broad daylight,
he's blonde hair, blue eyes.
In broad daylight, this dude kills this dude with a shield, and then the next episode, he's like, "I'm back. I'm like, what?" So
I should have wore my Winter Soldier mask.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna say the whole. Oh, there you go. You go. And Winter Soldier, by the way, I thought that's the one.
I did almost all these characters.
This is the part that's bothering me the whole series. I thought Winter Soldier's underused the whole time. It's like he's got his moments, but it's like, man. And I thought him and Zemo should have gone a little bit deeper. They got all that history, and then they kind of just shoot Zemo off. He goes back to Wakanda real quick.
He's not the Winter Soldier anymore. He's the Spring Soldier.
Yeah, they pussified Winter Soldier basically. He can still fight, but he's not gritty anymore. He literally gets punked by everybody. Like everybody kicks Winter Soldier's ass. They take turns kicking his ass basically the whole series. I think and Falcon, I know it's more his movie. It's about him coming in and being the Captain America from the comics. The costume, everything straight from the comics. When
from the comics, fire.
Uniform, I think it's dope. The new wings and stuff. He's got the shield.
You see what they did with Walker? Remember his Captain America suit didn't have white in it?
Yeah. They said remember he said at the end, he was like, "Oh, it's the same. It's just got black."
So it also has white now, because the other one that they made, the government made him, didn't have white.
Oh, okay, right.
It was just red and blue, and the white is what symbolizes the purity.
Right.
And that was them telling he's not pure or honorable, but now his suit is black with the red and the white.
Right.
It's because he's U.S. agent.
Yeah. Well, that was the point, to transition him over to be U.S.
But now he has white. So I think, because what are they saying, that Falcon scene when he was talking on the news to the GRC, it humbled him.
Yep.
Because in the comic, that's when they fight. He wanted to make him look bad.
Yeah, no. But that's more of what I wanted to see. I wanted him to have that little more psycho edge. I get it. You're trying to redeem him a little bit, because if he becomes U.S. agent, he's got to have some redeeming quality. Like when he tries to, save everybody in the armored truck and stuff, and he tries to pull him back in. But I'm just like, that part was like too big of a snap. But one thing I will say, and I want you guys to comment on this, Sharon Carter being the power broker. I thought that was kind of cool.
Grimy scunt hole.
Yeah, I was like,
is this the Iron Wars? What we
Yeah,
getting?
yeah, but in the end credit scene, they get technically all is forgiven with her. They give her as a pardon because she kills Carly before Carly can give up the fact that she's the power broker.
Well, I'm glad she's dead. She was annoying me.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the Carly
She
character.
was annoying me. I'm like a 16-year-old girl that just going through her like she's in her menstrual cycle and she's on a rage. Like,
but technically, they had a cause, right? Because the whole thing was the refugees that everyone comes back from the
yeah,
snap.
but her
and,
being
like,
a
where they
leader,
putting all these people,
like her being the leader, like, come on, man. I don't want to listen to you.
I
Like,
give
you're
you
not the
that.
brains. Like, who taught you how to fight too? Would you took this serum and now you know
With
how
the
to kick
super
ass?
serum,
Like,
but if she's with these guys for all this time, that's all she's
what
been.
Guys? Who's teaching them how to fight? To bang
Apparently
with the
a
likes
few of
of
them
Captain
must've.
America and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, who are you?
But to be fair though, we're gonna buy though that Falcon can use the shield just like Cap in a day. Because basically, I know he's training with, but come on, son.
It was a montage, man, like Rocky. Don't disrespect.
So therefore,
Falcon.
I'm gonna let Carly be a badass just because.
No. He was with. He was with. You don't know what he was doing off camera between the movies with Cap.
Right.
But I'm saying we don't know what Carly was doing. So that bitch
Exactly.
must have
We know he was
too.
rolling with Cap though. At least you showed me him training a little bit. You never showed me her doing nothing. Out of nowhere, you got this 16-year-old London
but they
bloke
came up and
that
but
could
they all
bust
had a
ass.
history, and we just didn't see the history with the super, the super soldiers. So I'm assuming there's some training involved. We just didn't get to see it. So I'm with you though. She's not the best character.
I just wanted to see it. I want to see it. I would have rather took the dude who Cap fought, who's actually a real UFC fighter.
GSP was.
Yeah, I would have rather seen that. I wasn't sure if it was him. I don't know why I was thinking Bisping and GSP. I had a couple in my mind, but
in fact,
I would like to see him as the leader
in the Soldier movie. Yeah, remember when he
was
Cap on the
opening scene?
Yeah, I thought you were more than a shield.
Yeah, exactly. And he got his due. But
hey, was that a bomb saying that Cap was Hydra? I thought you were more than a shield.
Yeah. I love that.
Hey,
did you hear the Captain America like kind of hint that he's in space from the dude?
He's on the moon.
Yeah. They said I thought he was on the moon.
Scrolls and Nick Fury.
Yeah. Of course, I was hoping for a Cap cameo, but I knew it wasn't going to happen. I mean, it was like they had rumored a cameo, and it really just was the Louis Dreyfus character who was Lady Hydra. That was all that was.
Not to recap, I just remembered something. Your man's who played Sub-Zero, he did a 4-movie deal.
Oh, okay.
4 Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Cool. Nah, I mean that dude is bad. Like I said, he's
I forgot. I meant to mention that. And
it's funny
cameo and coming back. I don't know. It stirred me up.
And
let's go back to Captain America being a Nazi on the moon. Yeah,
I got you. No, like I said, Joe Taslim is dope. Like I said, if you've never seen the original Raid and the Raid 2, y'all should see that shit because those are badass movies and martial arts movies and stuff.
Yo, and funny thing that you mentioned like Mortal Kombat and like the MCU has a little tie because I guess Louis Tan, who played Cole Young, he was actually trying to go for the role of Shang-Chi. So it was between him and was it Simu?
Yeah, the guy.
It's good he didn't get it.
The Shang-Chi, yeah.
Well, he didn't get it because of they needed a comedic aspect to the character.
Right.
So
yeah, and that's a whole other story. I don't know. I'm like,
yeah, but he's not really that good. He's not a good fighter though. He's not.
He didn't look.
He's not Asia. He's mixed martial arts. He's not kung fu.
He's an MMA guy.
Yeah,
he's an MMA guy.
Yeah, they did good with that.
He served his purpose in Mortal Kombat. I don't think it would have translated over to Shang-Chi as much.
How do y'all feel about that trailer? Did y'all see it?
Yeah, I was just about to say
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, but I also don't know if they're gonna get it right. I feel like they may have too much comedy in it, and that's gonna fuck it up for me. So if it's not really about the hardcore fights and it looks like there's definitely some fighting in it, but I don't know how seriously they're gonna take it. That's my fear. I don't know. You can't tell that much from the trailer, but sometimes Disney knocks them out of the park, but once in a while, like Ant-Man Wasp, they kind of fuck up shit.
Yeah. So, Thor Dark World.
Yeah, Thor Dark World. Yeah, so we never know. But we're all feeling Falcon Winter Soldier, decent finale. Not
it's decent. I feel like both series have kind of been like pretty mid when it comes to the end, like sticking the landing.
Yeah,
I mean, you get your moments out of it.
There's definitely more action, right? In this whole series, and it's only 6. from beginning to end. It feels like it belongs right in the Winter Soldier world. It doesn't fray. It literally is the same characters. I mean, the arcs are kind of completing. So for that, there's gratification, satisfaction there to me. The action is pretty good. The choreography is dope. I mean, a couple little twists and turns, like the Sharon Carter thing was cool. I kind of suspected she was up to some other shit, but I like where they're going with it. There's a future for it for sure. And yeah, bros. So Loki is the next series that's coming out, I believe, in a couple weeks. That's the new series from that Disney's gonna keep going. So I guess we'll look out for that and talk about that later. But let's talk a little teenage. Well, you know what? Yeah, let's talk a little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And Joey, I'm gonna let you handle a lot of this because I've only ever seen like the first movie back in the day. And
I'm a fan. I just didn't know.
Oh, you a fan like that? All right, cool.
I was a Ninja Turtle fan. I was a fan.
Okay, cool.
All day. I was Turtle Power all day.
Well, let's talk about. Well, here's what I'll say. My little brother was such a fan. He had all the toys, and I know all the characters and stuff. But I was never into that. Was kind of like I was older by then, and I was just never into the turtles like that. But Joey, you kick it off. The reboot's coming up. What are your thoughts on that? And any news you know?
Bruh, I'm excited because I guess both Seth Rogen's taking helm of the new reboot. So, and he kind of wants to focus more on the aspect of them actually being teenagers. They're gonna go CGI with the Turtles. Obviously, I was really hoping that they go back to like the Jim Henson kind of Muppet vibe, where they had the suits that with the moving talking heads and the animatronic suits or whatever.
I love that. That was so dope.
Those are classic, and it looked and they still you even watch the movie now and it still looks real. So the first two, obviously original ones were the best ones. After that, they just kind of went downhill. And it looks like Seth Rogen really and he was a fan of them, growing up. So he's definitely trying to put this in the right direction, and hopefully, he does so. I'm hoping if they're gonna do the CGI thing, don't have him looking like that last two trash Michael Bay Ninja Turtle movies. I hate how
Michael Bay Transformer Turtles.
Yeah, the Transformer Turtles. I hate those, Turtles, bro. Those were terrible. I hope they don't go that route. I hope he kind of stays true to the original.
Tell me those Ninja Turtles look like a bunch of Jada Kisses with bandanas on their head.
All day. All day. It was so bad, dog. Michael Bay butchered the Ninja Turtles, bro.
And then he made Shredder into a literally Decepticon.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm gonna share with y'all really quick, since y'all brought up the old school Turtles. I actually talked to, this is kind of off topic, but I'll share because it's part of it. So the guy that played one of the Turtles in The Secret of the Ooze, he was telling me, this guy Dan Pacina, he was actually the guy on the very first Mortal Kombat. It relates on the side of the game. He was Johnny Cage.
And I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Reptile, all those guys. Like he did all that, like all that cosplay for that shit. He was telling me, but when he was in the Turtle movie, how like the suits are made so that the eyes are like this far in front of them. So when they would do all the moves, they would literally have to be a step ahead because all they could see was out in front of them. So like if a sidekick came in or anything, they didn't have any peripherals. So they always had to be one step ahead when doing all the choreography. Plus they're in these hot ass suits and shit. So
I bet I used to watch.
You gotta respect that, man. You gotta respect that.
I watched behind the scenes footage when I was a kid, like of when they were doing that. Like it came with the videotape. I forgot which movie it came with, but I had the cassette where you can watch the behind the scenes of how these guys got the moves down, the costumes right.
Oh,
everything.
Joey was trying to get the Vanilla Ice Ninja.
That was
go Ninja dance.
Yo,
go Ninja, go Ninja.
Remember when they went on tour? The Ninja Turtles went on tour. They had a whole concert.
Yep.
Remember when Mortal Kombat went on tour?
Wow, yeah, damn.
Yeah,
that's rare. That's so rare.
The dance fight concert.
All right, but I gotta ask real quick though.
Yeah.
Is Secret of the Ooze better than the first Ninja Turtle movie?
Nah.
I don't think it's better. I think the first one's better.
Nah.
Like I said, I talked to Dan Pacina who did the second one. He would probably say the second one's better because he was in it. But I think the first one's still.
First all day.
I gotta agree.
Tokar and Razor, man, you should have just gave us. Bebop and Rocksteady.
For some reason, they couldn't do that. I don't know why they couldn't do that.
The creators of Ninja Turtles didn't want their characters to be so campy because they wanted to keep that Ninja Turtles, the first one, that dark and gloomy. They wanted that, and the second director, he wanted to bring it more
poppy,
poppy, and they didn't want their characters to be that. That's why they had to do Shredder because they wanted to do Crane for the second one. And no, actually. Actually they wanted to do Dr. Baxter Stockton.
Baxter Stockman.
Yeah, to do the Mousers, but the budget and creating those little Mousers and all that. That's why that doctor, the one that's in it, the white boy, he's supposed to be Baxter Stockton. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Damn.
But yeah, they didn't want to give him Bebop and Rocksteady to make it too light. They wanted to, if it was like the original, they would have gave it to him.
All right, that makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. No, but
So
I
they
agree.
gave us some bullshit.
First one was way better, anyways. And like, yo, like I've gotten to arguments with homies, like, and they'll argue that Secret of the Ooze is better, but it's like, dog, if I would say it would be, it would get a plus, and maybe kind of be right up there with the first one if they fought Super Shredder. They didn't even fucking fight Super Shredder.
He killed himself.
Right.
He killed himself.
That's right.
Hulking out, fucking.
First one's the classic.
He nerfed himself. He nerfed himself.
The first one is the classic. So, guys, you feeling the reboot? The idea for the reboot, as long as it's not all CG'd and fucked up.
As long as they make the CGI turtles look like the original turtles.
Got you. And really, people got to remember, if you read the original comics, the turtles weren't meant to be goofy, and they did all that.
It was dark. It was dark
when they did all the
no, it was dark. It was dark. It was dark. That's why the first Ninja Turtle did a good job.
Yeah. So I mean, they could go that route, and I think people might actually appreciate that.
You know, they were originally supposed to be aliens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like even in the comics, so the first movie they were supposed to be. So when Michael Bay said they were going to be aliens, I don't know why people were so mad.
Yeah, exactly. That source material is there for people that you know have never checked it out.
Yeah, no, they
really cool.
Nickelodeon in 2015.
Facts.
Yeah.
A real cool thing to check out on Netflix. They do the Toys That Made Us. They do a really cool,
great.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Really cool. They do a really cool episode on Ninja Turtles, Transformers, G.I. Joe, you name it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I gotta see that then. All right, I gotta see.
They got the games that made us too.
Yeah, I'm gonna check those out too. All right, that sounds like good. See, I gotta catch up on my TV, man. I've been watching way too much Disney Plus lately and HBO Max. So my Netflix, I've been slipping. I've been slacking on my Mac and shit.
Yeah, well, they've been slipping too, though.
Well, listen, we'll wrap it up here because we hit a lot of topics today. I mean, we only hit 3, but at the same time, we've taken some time to talk a little bit about Mortal Kombat, of course, Winter Soldier.
The topics that matter.
Yeah, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So we'll be back next week. Hopefully, Sus will be back with us. You know, it might be a full house again. We'll talk some more movies, definitely new movie news. Y'all should check out that Mortal Kombat. So next week we can all talk about it for those that haven't seen it. And yeah, man. So subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe. Movie Talk, feature presentation. I guess all of our socials will be down there if you want to hit us up individually. Y'all got any final words? Cap it off.
Get over here.
Yeah, come
Flawless
here.
Victory.
wait. Flawless victory.
Flawless victory.
Was there any animality in it?
No animality, but
that came later though. Babality and friendship.
Yeah, babality, but there's I'm telling you,
friendship.
The fatality shit though. There's a lot of
quasi.
Did the whoopsie come out?
No, there was no toasty and whoopsie. There wasn't that. There wasn't that.
Toasty.